This is not just a story. This is a question we rarely ask ourselves. What happens to a good man when the world stops looking at him? What happens when honesty grows old and power grows young? This is the story of Alan Carter, a 72-year-old man living in a quiet American town, a man who once shaped futures but now struggles to protect his own existence. Alan Carter was not always invisible. There was a time when his voice filled classrooms, his words built confidence, and his lessons taught children the difference between right and wrong. He was a school teacher for more than 40 years. Students respected him, parents trusted him, and the town admired him. But time has a cruel way of erasing applause. Retirement came, then illness, then silence. His wife passed away quietly one winter night, holding his hand, whispering, "You will be okay." But he was not okay. The phone stopped ringing, holidays passed without knocks on the door, and the house, once filled with laughter, became heavy with memories. Alan lived alone in that house. Every crack in the wall carried a story, every corner remembered a life well lived. But the world outside did not care. The land his house stood on became valuable. Developers noticed, paperwork moved, meetings happened without his name. Powerful people decided his home was now a problem. Letters arrived offering money. Alan refused. He said, "This house is not property, it is my life." Then the pressure began. Water stopped. Electricity notices arrived. False complaints were filed. Neighbors avoided eye contact. Fear is louder than truth when money speaks. Alan was summoned to court, accused of illegal ownership. The papers shook in his hands, not because he was guilty, but because he was tired. Tired of explaining, tired of being alone, tired of proving his honesty in a world that no longer listened. He stood in court without a lawyer, surrounded by strangers, speaking a language of power he did not understand. And for the first time in decades, Alan cried. Not loudly, not desperately, just silent tears falling on cold courtroom floors. No one noticed, except one person. Her name was Sarah Williams, a young law student volunteering that day. She saw something different. She saw a man standing straight despite being bent by life. She approached him and asked, "Can I help you, sir?" Alan smiled sadly and said, "Justice lives in books now, not in buildings." But Sarah did not walk away. She listened. She searched records. She found former students. She uncovered altered documents, false signatures, lies buried under money. The case was bigger than one house. It was a system feeding on silence. The day of the final hearing arrived. Alan wore the same old coat, the same worn shoes, but something had changed. Hope stood beside him. Sarah presented every truth, every proof, and then she said, "This is not just a case about land. This is a case about who we are. If we allow this man to lose his home, we lose our humanity." The courtroom fell silent. Alan looked up, tears filling his eyes, and whispered, "Mary, if you can see this today." The judge ruled in his favor. The company was fined, the land returned, but more than property was restored: dignity, justice, and faith. Alan returned home not as a forgotten old man, but as a symbol. People now stopped to greet him. Children listened. Elders respected him. Because justice may walk slowly, but it never forgets the road. And silence is not weakness. Sometimes it is strength waiting for the right voice to speak. And this is the truth. Never ignore the quiet ones, because they carry the loudest stories. And never lose faith in justice, because even when delayed, it always arrives.